Good evening, everybody, and welcome. And I'm very honored to be here. Dr. Manu, and founding president, Sri, founding members, and board members. Congratulations. Do you know why you're here? We are here to celebrate the launching of EO East Africa. And yeah. So I bring greetings from the global community of EO, Entrepreneurs Organization, and our global board. I'm really excited to be here. I consider this a miracle because imagine a young entrepreneur, Chinese woman from Malaysia, and now leading a global organization. And I was just minding my own business. Like Sri say, a bit crazy. I wanted to do something different. My dad didn't agree. He kept discouraging me and said that it won't work. But I'll tell you the story. Now, I'm here with my husband Stephen as well. He's here somewhere with the camera. And EO is a very family-friendly organization. And I've been a member since 1997. And I can feel the vibrancy of your members here and your country here. EO Africa actually is very important to us. We feel you are the future. You are the future of the global economy, and we're here to support you to grow the region as well as the continent. You are 16 of you today, and hopefully many more future members here. You'll be representing and you'll be ambassadors of entrepreneurial excellence. Do you know what Forbes has called us, EO? They've called us the Justice League of Entrepreneurs. Okay, that means superheroes of entrepreneurs. Now, why is that? We're gonna hit 10,000 members this year. We're in 131 chapters in 40 countries. And you just heard the local chapter data. So globally, our turnover is 562 billion US dollars, and we employ 2.2 million people worldwide. Now that's, I think, bigger than some economies or some countries. So that is the community of entrepreneurs who can influence the world and make an impact. And we would like to help you grow EO. Africa, we have a target. We call it Africa 750. So, Sri, thank you so much for championing this. And you guys are the seed to future entrepreneurs in Africa. Now, I wanted to tell you my story, but Sri kind of clued you in. Us entrepreneurs, we have a different DNA. We are risk takers, right? We are drivers. And in EO, we embrace these 5 values. We boldly go. We have this thirst for learning on how to improve things, how to make a mark, like what he just mentioned when he won the Kaufman Award. So it's not just Sri, there's many, many more. I'm sure many of you in this audience, you have that desire to make an impact in your community. The one he mentioned in forum is basically trust and respect one another. When we share our stories, share our experiences, we actually share our failures as well as celebrate our successes. And that's what we do in EO. And the last value that I kind of like, okay, so we try to be cool as well. So in EO, those are the 5 values we embrace. Now, how has EO impacted me? I said to, I think, some of the guests tonight that it has changed my life. I would describe it as I found my wings, I could fly high, and nothing is impossible. That's when you have EO behind you. And we call that EO 360. So we not only support your businesses on, help me grow my business, but it helped me become a better wife, a better daughter, a better community leader, and a better friend. And that's what we call EO 360, where we focus on our family, our business, our community, and our well-being as well. So EO, the secret to EO is engaging the world. It is a global classroom. When I engage EO, I started out with Forum, the small group that Sri was telling you about. We meet every month. I've been with my group for 17 years. They are my brothers and my sisters. They're the ones who encourage me when my family would say I'm crazy. I'm in a property development company. One of the biggest learning points or take home, we call take home, that I got was when I went to a university, which is our conferences, EO conferences where we do learning. And this one was unique. It was at Disney World in Florida. And the whole learning program was basically learning the best practices from Disney. They call it Disney University, even for their own staff. So we learned from the best of Disney. I was with 150 members in a wonderful location, but it was in the winter. So everything closed at 5. So by the time we finished the conference, the park was closed. One of the evenings we actually had once in a lifetime experiences. They closed off the park. I don't know whether you have experienced it, but it was the MGM studio tour. So they closed the park. We were the only ones there. They took us on the tram and gave us that experience through the MGM movie tour. And in the midst of that tour, after the earthquake part and all that, we came to what we call the village, the town, where was picket fences, beautiful houses, and then suddenly characters appeared from the houses, and they kind of scolded us. What are you guys doing here in the middle of the night where the park is closed? This is our neighborhood, you know. So when we told them we were a couple of members from various regions and various countries in the world, the neighborhood decided to throw us a party. And that's when 5 minutes, food rolled out, F&B rolled out, games rolled out, and the whole neighborhood came out and partied with us and had dinner and treated us to a dinner. So it was like a movie set come alive. And that was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. But the learning was the best of the best. In terms of management, sales, the service experience. But the gem that I got from that was, I found out that Disney was a property developer as well and was building their first township called Celebration. So both of us had the opportunity to visit it behind the scenes. And what I learned was the sustainable, how they sold the houses. Imagine a family living in it, and then you would tell the story of the family living in the home. It had all the sustainable features, and this was in the late 90s. So I went home, I think, this is a benchmark for me. This is what I want to build in Malaysia. And when I went home all excited, I told my dad, this is what I want to do. He says, you crazy? Nobody wants that kind of houses here. You know, what is this green and being environmentally friendly or handicap friendly? That was what I wanted to build. My mom was actually a paraplegic. So she gave birth to me in her situation. So I grew up with her challenge, her physical challenge. And I see her going everywhere with a wheelchair. She was the first in Malaysia to actually drive a car herself. So I guess she implanted and she drove this handicap rides in Malaysia. But we never had houses that was suitable for her. So I remember she wanted a house and she wanted to live in the second-story bedroom, master bedroom upstairs. But because of her, she was in a wheelchair, she couldn't do that. So when she had the opportunity to buy her own home, that was what she looked for. But then there was no passenger lift. Guess what? She went and got a hydraulic lift, put it in the home, and she had her dream come true. She could actually reach her master bedroom upstairs. So that was implanted in my heart. I wanted to do housing for people like her, families like her, families like ours. So when I came in, I knew I wanted to build this kind of homes in Malaysia. I had so much discouragement, but because of EO, because of my forum, they've encouraged me. They gave me my wings. They supported me. And in 2008, I finished. Not only that, I made the top 30 property developers in Malaysia. And I was among giants because the people on that list were all public companies, and I was maybe one of the 3 little private limited companies that was on the list. So I would account EO helped me get there. So that was the engagement on the university level. Our president got us engaged on the regional level when he said, okay, we bring the world to our doorstep. And we hosted the Asia Pacific Conference in Kuala Lumpur. And suddenly we felt the whole community that was in our region. And now all our businesses are leveraging on the resources of one another. So when you engage the world with EO, you're saying yes to the opportunity. You're saying yes to the global classroom. And you can make a bigger mark beyond your business. We become stronger leaders. Let me tell you a story about two woodcutters. Well, in a village, of course there are many woodcutters, but there's one woodcutter that was extremely competitive. And he wanted to challenge his neighbor, who he always was very jealous. So he says, let's have a competition, an 8-hour cut-off, to chop wood and see who has the biggest pile. So the neighbor actually accepted the challenge. So they both went at it. So the challenger, when started chopping, the whole day worked very hard. He prepared for it, worked out for it and everything. And he did. But the neighbor took it quite relaxed, chopped wood, and then he took breaks. He took about 5-6 breaks throughout the whole day. And he rested. He saw him resting. But this guy, the challenger, kept chopping and chopping and chopping. So at the end of the day, the results, guess who won? The guy who took time, took rest, whereas this guy was so frustrated. Say, how did you do it? How did you do it? And the neighbor shared his secret. So every time I took a rest, I sharpened my axe. EO is basically a platform for us to sharpen our axe. And then we can achieve so much more. Okay. So when we come together as a chapter, when we unite as an organization worldwide, we create ripple effects for our community, our businesses, our nation. So what you're doing today, launching EO East Africa, you are creating that ripple in Africa. And you will never know that ripple of Africa being successful may impact the world. So we are a learning, encouraging, empowering organization. And it has enriched my life, cultivated so many more. And not only that, we are nurturing young ones as well. EO is known for doing the Global Student Entrepreneurial competition that we hold annually. And we encourage entrepreneurs in college level who already have businesses compete on the global level. And 2 years ago, a South African student won it. And not only that, guess what I found out? His turnover was already 7 million while in college. And his product was a soap, a waterless soap that in Africa, because we don't have access to water. And that was the product that he created, and that's what he succeeded in winning the Global Student Entrepreneur Award. So I hope that you can start that as well. There's so many programs because entrepreneurs will build other entrepreneurs. So what we call that, building ecology of entrepreneurs. So you can change the world just from here. So we try to do that by changing one chapter, one region, and one nation at a time. All you have to do is decide to engage. So how will you make your mark? How will you get most out of your EO experience? How would you inspire the rest of the entrepreneurs around the world? So Sri has inspired me, and hopefully we will inspire you. So let me invite you to engage the world with us. Thank you very much, and God bless.